Sporty Jordy, and we are now less than 1 month away from the regular season. Thank God. So if you haven't already, make sure to smash that subscribe button and find me on all socials at The Sporty Jordy so you can keep up with me all season and we can try and get through this together. Can we just talk about how this is just the year of the frickin' quarterback? I mean, seriously, between the miraculous amounts of quarterback movement that we saw this offseason, then fast forward a little bit to a completely stacked rookie draft class. This is just so much to process, but for right now, I am going to focus on these rookies because what we have seen so far has got me so excited. I am going to rank them. How? You may be asking. Based on the very small sample size that we have seen thus far in this preseason, I am going to rank them based on how successful I think they're going to be in this upcoming regular season. And this is not really in terms of team wins or playing time, just because I think it is going to be so vastly different depending on the person. This is going to just be solely judging their individual talent and their individual. That was not planned. After that performance, I'm putting myself number 1 on this list. Did you see those quick reflexes? Okay, I think we're good. I'm trying to remember if I got everything that I wanted to say out before this thingamabob collapsed. I think I did. I think we're good. So let's just go. Let's just start ranking them. Whatever. Number 1. Also, I did think of something that I did leave out when this thing fell. This will be in order from best to least. So number 1 is who I think is going to be the most successful. Okay. All right. I know the anticipation is probably killing you at this point, so let's get started. Number 1. And I am so excited to say this just because this is someone that I rooted for and defended so hard throughout the draft. And now it's so exciting to see him come out, step on the field, and watch him do everything that he has to do to try and take that QB1 job. Not that it is going to be very difficult considering you are trying to steal it from Andy Dalton. But anyway, Justin Fields, I absolutely love you. Completing 14 of 20 passes for 142 yards. No interceptions. A touchdown, 33 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. It did start off a little shaky. I'm not going to lie to you. The start was a little iffy. However, once he found his groove, we could really start to see what we are actually working with. And what we are working with is so very good. So much better than Andy Dalton. And I'm sorry, the Dalton QB1 jokes will just never stop because they will never not be funny. Because in all seriousness, how did we even get to this point? I legitimately don't even know. If Justin Fields is not starting by week 3, and let's be honest, based off what we saw in just that one performance alone, he should be their starter week 1. But as of right now, Andy Dalton is still listed as QB1. So we'll be realistic. If by the end of preseason, he is still not named the Bears' starting quarterback, I give it until week 3 before I wake up and decide to just sue the entire city of Chicago. Because, like, seriously, what the frick? Next up at number 2, we have another name that I fought extremely hard for throughout draft season, Trey Lance. And if I am Jimmy G, I'm shaking in my boots right now. And this situation isn't as black and white as whatever the frick is happening up in the Windy City right now. Because let's face it, when Jimmy G is healthy, this team does extremely well. Let's take a look back at 2019. He plays 16 games. They go 13-3. They make it to the Super Bowl. However, they also made it very clear, and for valid reason, given the injury history, that they needed some insurance. So cue Trey Lance. Now, what we saw from Trey Lance against the Chiefs, including but not exclusively referring to the 80-yard touchdown pass to Trent Sherfield, proved that the 49ers have potentially just made an extraordinary decision, because the only thing I could think about while watching him play Was Kyle Shanahan on the sidelines watching everything that was going on in the field with the biggest hard eyes that you have ever seen? This has potential to be a very scary duo. But let me emphasize the word potential here, because while there are many upsides to Trey Lance that I will never stop defending, he is lacking experience. So he does need a good polish from a good old veteran quarterback before he is able to come in and actually lead a team on his own. I fully believe that. So, to kind of summarize all of that word vomit that I just spewed at you, heading into 2021, this is Jimmy G's team. However, I'm thinking by week 8 that there's going to be a lot more controversy about that. And by the end of this season, Jimmy G is going to be looking for a new home, and Kyle Shanahan and Trey Lance are going to be running off into the sunset together. That is exactly how this is going to play out. They're going to give Lance the training and the guidance that he needs to be an NFL starter. And then this team is going to be oh so dangerous. Moving over to the East Coast and taking the third spot on my list, we have Zach Wilson as a New York Jet, and I really don't have that much to say here. He walked out and looked very comfortable, which is great. He reminded us once again that he has a great arm, good accuracy. He did very good, and this isn't a negative remark at all, actually. He just looked exactly how I expected him to look. There was really nothing that shocked me or surprised me. I think he's going to be very good. I think he is going to have a good season, and that's really all there is to it. Now, the number 1 overall pick actually falls down to number 4 on my ranking, because overall what we saw this weekend was truly just very scary. However, bright sides. I still know that Trevor Lawrence is ungodly talented, and I still believe that he is going to have one hell of an NFL career. I just don't know if it's going to be as graceful of a transition as we all initially thought it was going to be. And that really, you really can't blame him for that. I blame more the coaching and the team that he is walking into, unfortunately. I do have faith that he is going to be able to get into more of a groove in the early weeks of the regular season, but it is going to be difficult for him alone to go out there and make incredible things happen, unfortunately. It will come. They will come. We will see the best of Trevor Lawrence eventually. Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay, I'm done. Lastly, we have Mac Jones, and I have him here strictly for the fact that we aren't going to see much of him, realistically any of him this season. And I know when I started this ranking, I said I wasn't judging this based off playing time, but I legitimately don't think he will play at all. Like, at all. So it's not fair of me to compare him to the other ones. And I am well aware that this is a controversial take. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, because I'm honestly really curious where the majority lies in regards to the Patriots quarterback situation. But with the way I see it, with the shopping spree that Belichick went on in this offseason, he set Cam up perfectly, and I just really believe that he's going to be able to go out there and execute. So, mac and cheese, I am sincerely sorry, but I don't think 2021 is going to be your year. Thank goodness, though, that you are out of that number 50 jersey, because that may have been more ridiculous than Andy Dalton as QB1. Sorry, I said I'll never stop. Let me know how you would rate the Big 5 rookie quarterbacks heading into this regular season. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I will be back next week. Bye.